There's a story out of PG County, Maryland that's making its way around, certainly shocking. A group of 3 teenage boys ran up on another teenage boy on a school bus to take his life. And according to the mother of the victim, it was a 14-year-old girl who planned out the whole attack. So far, you have 3 of those 4 teenagers involved behind bars, and 1 is on the loose. The 14-year-old girl is one of the 3 arrested. Her family is trying to get her released, while the victim's mother is saying that she's the one who planned it all. Do not let her out. She believes the girl will do this again to somebody else. We're going to get into this story, but first, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from PG County, Maryland, let me know below in the comments. One teen boy was left on a school bus along with a bus driver and a bus aide after the bus stopped to drop off other students at Iverson Street and Sutler Drive in the Oxon Hill area of PG County. This happened on May 1st, 2023. That's when police say 3 teenage boys wearing face coverings got on the bus and attacked a 14-year-old male student. One of the boys reportedly pulled a gun and attempted to shoot the victim multiple times at point-blank range in the head and chest. But fortunately for the victim, the gun malfunctioned, so the teenagers beat him instead before fleeing the scene. All of this caught on video. According to prosecutors, there was a 14-year-old girl who was behind all of this. She's the one being accused of planning the attack. 2 of the 3 boys, one 14-year-old and one 15-year-old, they are now behind bars along with the 14-year-old girl. All of these teenagers charged as adults with attempted first and second degree murder and related counts. One other 15-year-old boy, the one with the gun, is on the loose. According to a preliminary investigation, police said the charged teens and the victim knew each other and the attempted murder stemmed from a dispute.
This is really bizarre.
Yeah, very. A 3rd teenager appeared in front of the judge today charged in that attempted school bus murder. You can see it all going down in this video here, and the details are just really upsetting. These 3 boys appeared wearing masks and hoodies pulled over their heads. They got into a school bus in Oxon Hill. They pushed right on by the driver, went up to a middle schooler, put the gun to his chest and pulled the trigger 3 times. Thankfully, nothing happened because the gun jammed. The teenage girl who was in court today, however, was not in these photos, but prosecutors say that doesn't mean she isn't just as guilty.
And wait until you hear what's next. Scott Broom was in the courtroom today. He joins us now live. And Scott, you really got the sense from prosecutors today just how young these teens were potentially and how dangerous this could have been.
Yes, generally here, the majority of the kids involved are 8th graders. And this is very, very dangerous. Now, normally, hearings involving juveniles are not open to the public, but in this shocking case of attempted murder by children, the young teens are charged as adults. So with this surprise arrest over the weekend of a girl we were all completely unaware of, there is yet another hearing today that was open to the public, and what we're learning, again, is chilling.
It was a hit squad style attack on a Prince George's County school bus caught on video. A boy with a gun tries to shoot and kill a 14-year-old while 2 accomplices hold the victim down. Had the gun not jammed repeatedly, the victim would surely have died, investigators have said in court. And today in a Prince George's County courtroom, we learned the attack was allegedly orchestrated by an 8th grade girl who's accused of texting the attackers before they rushed the bus to let them know the victim was seated and the last rider left. The 14-year-old girl was arrested over the weekend and charged as an adult with attempted murder. Tense bailiffs in the courtroom watched to keep family members separated. The suspect's family begged for the girl to be released into home detention before trial, but arguments by attorneys revealed there are allegations of gang ties, and the victim's mother begged the judge not to let the girl go home, saying her family and the school bus driver would be terrorized that the girl could orchestrate another attack. She planned this out and she set it up to a T, the victim's mother said. Judge Byron Barriano ordered the girl held without bail in a juvenile facility, saying that home detention may keep her off the streets, but would not prevent her from planning more deadly mayhem. Prosecutor Aisha Brayboy reflected on how dangerous these suspects are alleged to be despite their young age.
This case, but we hear parents say, my child's a good child, that they weren't involved. I can't believe it, but believe it. It happens. Unfortunately, far too often in our communities, young people are making adult decisions that have adult consequences. My office has no choice but to pursue justice, and that's what we're going to do.
I agree with the prosecutor here. You have too many children making adult decisions, and those decisions come with adult consequences. In this case, for sure. As you can see, they are all charged as adults. And then another thing, they're 14 and 15 years old in middle school. Is it just me or they're supposed to be in high school by now? I don't know, they could be a little behind in school. But for the family of that 14-year-old girl, you just can't go around planting hits on people's lives and then expect for her to be able to go home. What are they thinking?
All right, here at WUSA 9, we are not naming any of the kids involved because they still have juvenile status. In total, we now have 2 boys and a girl who are in detention accused of attempted murder in this case. But the key suspect, you've seen again and again in that video, the boy with the gun, is still out there somewhere. They're looking for him, and so is the gun. So the victim's mother says her entire family remains terrorized, afraid that this kid may try to silence witnesses or take some other action. So the case is still very much open, and a lot of fear about the danger these kids allegedly represent in the community. Reporting live at the Prince George's County Courthouse, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
You know, listening to the details here, I think we're like a lot of the folks at home listening. We're talking about teenagers here, and a 14-year-old girl accused of orchestrating this attack. Hopefully they find this 15-year-old or teen gunman sometime soon. Scott, thank you.
Exactly, it's crazy because they're all kids. Now, authorities are still searching for that 15-year-old boy on the run. The victim's mother feared that he will go out and attack someone else, and they're already accusing him of doing just that, allegedly 2 days after this incident. And apparently he's lost his juvenile status because they released this picture of him. PG County Police and the U.S. Marshals Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force, they're offering a combined reward of up to $12,500 for information that leads to the 15-year-old's arrest and indictment in the attack of the 14-year-old boy on the school bus. Police identified him only as Baby K. First, I'm glad they charged all of these heathens and got them off the streets. Hopefully they hurry and catch Baby K. He's not that sophisticated to really hide, and he can't go anywhere, so they should find him pretty soon here. To do what they did, there's no way any of them should be out on the streets. We're talking about point blank range. At least that's what these idiots tried to do. Obviously, it wasn't time for the 14-year-old victim to go. He survived this attack, so I hope whatever he was involved in, take it as a warning. Get out of these dealings, whatever he's in. Whether it's being around the wrong crowd, running with gangs, he was possibly involved in something that he was not supposed to be in. As far as the 14-year-old girl that prosecutors say planned this attack, this girl is dangerous. I hope they remember that before they try to give her some sort of plea deal, because that's usually how it goes. Even if they're the masterminds, they always seem to get less punishment than their male counterparts who carry out these attacks for them. But so far, she's been charged as well as an adult, and they need to hold her accountable. We already know these boys are about to take a ride down the road for a long time. They're going to be locked up with the most dangerous men in the state. So it's a lot coming their way, especially this 15-year-old who was on the loose, Baby K. Word is he's already charged in another homicide. 2 days after the attack on the bus, they're saying it was him who possibly deleted the 23-year-old sister of one of his accomplices. This little guy is going down. He ruined his life forever. He's going to get life. The other guys will do some hard time as well. I don't think they'll be there forever, but they've still ruined their young lives too. I can easily see them getting 15 to 25 years. So yeah, they're going to be held accountable. All I'm saying is I hope this girl doesn't end up with probation or a couple of years. But again, if that happens, it won't be the first. People really need to wake up. There are violent teenagers on the streets, violent adults on the streets, and they are not all male. There's a growing population of dangerous females. They will set you up and get your life taken away. And we've seen many cases around the country where the women are losing their lives in these retaliation terminations. That's because most of them are not dealt with by the court system. Instead of them getting 20 years to life like the males, these females are getting light years or none at all. So they're back on the streets to terrorize others and also end up becoming victims themselves with the street justice system. It's all unnecessary behavior, all out of order. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. These kids are really just messed up today, but PG County was always known as the most wealthy majority Black county in America. I think they just slipped down to number 2 within the last year. Can anybody tell me what is going on down there? Special thank you to Romel. I appreciate you, Romel, for all of your support, as well as our brothers Charles B, Philip, Dark Power, and shout out to Lori. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.